So I really don't have anything to talk about today in terms of um, the next project we will work on. I'm still working on creating that reference architecture. So once I create the reference architecture, we would have the project to start. And for that project, I want it to be uh, we will work on it in the management console. Then it will also be a project where we will work on using Terraform. So that is still in progress, and I don't have any new update um, from last week for that video. But there's something, and you guys can let me know. So someone said that in the past when I've talked about other things that I've been doing outside of just cloud computing stuff, someone asked me about how do I explain it? Someone asked me about when I talk about other things that are not just technical stuff, but there are other sides of it. Maybe it is um, things to expect at work, or just whatever the case may be. Or the last time when I was telling you guys about what I used to make, someone said that they really like that, and that really motivates them. And so I'm just wondering, do you guys like when I talk about other things? Because when I'm saying I'm mentoring you guys, I want you guys to have like a full picture of kind of where I came from, because I feel like I was in the same spot you guys are at now. So I want to share with you guys pretty much everything. There's no parts of it that I want to hide. I want you guys just to see like it is possible. This is not even one of those things where you think whether it would happen or it wouldn't happen. It is possible, right? There's tons of cloud job everywhere. And I've always said, and I probably sound like a broken record now, that the the only thing holding you from getting the job is just building the skill sets. I'm saying once you build the skill sets and you have the skill sets that the employers are looking for, you'll get a job. It's really that simple. So building the skill sets is a big part of it. So when you finally get the job, someone was asking me, okay, what are you doing? Someone was asking me about my watch list for my investment when we did that project where I was telling you guys about my Vanguard, and I just briefly showed that I was buying some funds. Someone said they would be interested in seeing kind of how I've been allocating my money and stuff like that. But I sometimes when I'm saying stuff, you guys are quiet. I don't know if it's something you guys are interested in. So I just don't want to come here one day and just say, oh, well, let's talk about investment today. This is how I'm investing my money. So let me
Right,
know if that is something you guys are interested in, and
right.
I can kind of share with you guys.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, it's me again.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a mentorship thing, okay? And you being successful at what you're doing, you highlighting other things that you are doing is even better. That that's so good. You understand? That shows that I don't know about other people. That I feel it's not just about earning money, but when you earn money, what you can do with it.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you'll ask loads of people, if you get $1 million now, what would you do?
Hmm.
And loads of people don't know. They
Yeah.
have no clue. Most people will just buy a house or something like that, and that's it, and they go on holiday. Which you understand? So
Hmm.
you sharing that personal part of your life and other things, that's just brilliant, bro. You know,
Hmm. Okay.
believe me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, so that's thank you. I mean, if you guys are interested, it's something I can kind of share with you guys today, because I've had maybe about 3 or 4 people tell me since did that, since we did that project and I kind of showed the Vanguard stuff, they've asked me for my watch list and pretty much what I've been doing when it comes to like investing. So, and it's also something I want to share with you guys as something you guys should watch out for, because it is not a matter of if the money is going to come, it is a matter of when it is going to come. You'll get a job where you'll make more than 100,000. When you build your skills, you also have the opportunity to do other things. Um, I'll say don't just limit it to just getting in a 9 to 5 job and just be done. There are several ways you can monetize your skills. You can work as a freelance consultant where you can help other people and make more money on the side. Sometimes, if you are able to find that, if you're able to find a platform or your own niche of how you want to monetize your skills, you can make you can make money from it, right? You can also make money from like social media, creating YouTube content, kind of like what I'm doing, mentoring other people, because there's other people that may not have the particular skills you have. Let's say you have a good Terraform skill, someone don't have Terraform skill. Maybe on a site like Upwork, you can find tons of job there of someone that's probably looking for someone to write some Terraform code for them. So you can certainly monetize your cloud computing skills in many ways. It's not just limited to um, 9 to 5. Okay. So someone asked me about just my watch list from the last time, and I want to share that with you guys. I want to share that with you guys. So just to show you guys what I've been doing. I also share one mistake that I made when I started making money. Um, one mistake that I made that you guys should most likely avoid. But by all means, I'm not telling you guys to, this is not an investment thing. I'm not telling you guys to go and do this and do that, but just do your own research. But I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing and what I've been doing for the past couple of years now, and it's working perfectly for me. So I want to share that with you guys. Let me share my screen. Okay. So when someone asks me about my watch list from when we worked on that project where I was talking about the Vanguard fund, this is on Google. What I do is if I'm looking for any particular stock. So just to start, before I even get to the stock part, what really got me interested in finance is I read this book. I was listening to a motivational video one time, and the guy talked about this book. So I bought it, and it was a really, really good book. And I think is when you read it, it will be something you'll feel like you already know, but it is a really good book on finance. It is called The Richest Man in Babylon. So this is the book I read that kind of um, shifted my mind towards shifted my mind to start investing. It is The Richest Man in Babylon. So the basic of the book is just that anytime you make money, you should pay yourself first. And that means that anytime you make money, before you start buying anything or even spending the money to other areas of your life, you should take a certain percent of that money and invest it. And if you do that over time, you will have what is called compound interest. And that over time, that money is going to make more money for you. So compound interest is just when, let's say you invest $100 and that $100 makes like $10 interest. The next time you get another interest on that money, it will be an interest that is based on the $110, not your initial $100. And over time, the money will just start to grow like a snowball effect and you'll make more money. So that is the idea of this book. It's very simple, basic book on finance. So this is what got me into investing. So one thing that I want to cover is your 9 to 5 is not going to your 9 to 5 is cannot 9 to 5 is a good goal to make money, right? Especially in cloud where you can make anywhere from 150 and up. But if you are looking to be financially stable and financially you want to get to a point where you are just financially stable, you have to do more than the 9 to 5. And one of the ways you can do that is investing. So this is the book. And once I read this book I said I was going to invest. So this is my watch list now. You can see here, this is my account. And in my Google account, if you search for any stock, so in Google, if you search for any stock here and you find it, you can click this follow here. So if I uncheck that, you'll see this follow thing here. If you click this box to follow it, now Google will put that stock in your Google Finance. So once you come back on searching for any stock, this is how I still get to it. That way, you know I'm a rookie at it. So I'll just search for any stock here. And here we have the following. So if I click the following, these are all the stocks on my watch list now. These are actually the stocks that I'm invested in.
Okay.
So this is my watch list. You guys can take a screenshot of it. But before you look into this, I want to explain exactly um what this is. So I don't invest in stock. I don't invest in stock individually. Although here you see Google, Amazon, and some other stock company here. When I read The Richest Man in Babylon, and it talked about compound interest, I feel like how you can compound your money faster is just buying an index fund, which is when I was showing you guys the Vanguard fund. So for the longest time, I was invested in this total index fund, this one. This is the one I was invested in since I read The Richest Man in Babylon. And I'll explain what this fund is to you guys. So this is the fund. But this is what my watch list looks. This is my exact watch list now. So every day I have all of it here. So when I'm working, I always like having this tab open on one side and just seeing how the market is going up and down. Funny enough, yesterday is the only time. Yesterday is the first time everything went green. Normally, everything is not always green. So, all right. So I only started buying the biggest 7 companies in US because they call them Magnificent Seven. That's like company like Google, Amazon, Tesla, uh, Apple, and so on, right? So my thing is, let me talk about the funds that I'm invested in. So this total market fund is the one I bought for the longest time. But you guys feel free to go on Vanguard's website. Vanguard is the brokerage company that I'm using. They have a lot of good funds. I don't even think the fund I'm invested in is that good because if you look at the Morningstar rating, it is 3 star. But it's been working for me and I've been steadily growing my money from this fund over time. So I like it. I think if I want to switch to any other fund, I'll have to just do a research on it and see if that works for me to go into it. And you can see the yearly return for this fund is about 10%, which is good. So you would make 10% of yearly return on any investment is very good. So this fund is, let me look at it on Vanguard's website. Mm. I have to find it here. The font symbol is VTSAX. Okay. So this is the fund that I invested in initially when I read The Richest Man in Babylon. It is VTSAX, right? And in this stock is investing in pretty much all the companies that are on the stock market in the United States. So it has over 3,000 companies in it that is investing. So this is where I want to talk about the difference between buying a fund and buying a stock. So let's say you go and buy one stock in one company, or you buy a bunch of shares in one company. The reason why that is very, very risky is that if that company lose money, you can possibly lose all your money. And if that company makes money, you can make money. But it is very risky that you can lose money. And there was a time where I tried to do that and I lost a lot of money. I'll explain that later on. But yeah, so buying an individual stock is very risky because you can lose your money that way. These are the things I've learned along the way. So rather than you buying an individual, and another thing is if you choose to buy the stocks yourself, you won't be able to diversify your portfolio in a way where you can make money, because people that knows how to diverse portfolios, that are just people that knows how to manage funds, that's their profession. They know what they are doing. They do the research on the companies. They can review the company's financial statement, what the company is working on, and they can tell whether the company will be profitable for the long run or not. But for us that are just starting out, we don't know all these things. Unless if you want to take your time to do those research and learn those things, which I don't have time and I don't want to do all those research. So that's why I stay away from single stocks, but I'll buy a fund because this fund is investing in 3,000 companies, and they choose month to month what companies they want to buy and what companies they want to sell. So I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is buy it. The initial amount to buy this fund, to enter into it, is 3,000. Then once you buy it, what I do every month is what I do, not even every month, what I do every pay is when I get paid from my company, there's a certain percent that goes into my Vanguard account to buy more of this fund. And that's literally what I've been doing for 6, 7 years now. I've just been um, buying more of the funds that I'm investing in. So I don't have to log in to try to change anything. I don't have to worry about the companies going up or down. I just buy more of the funds. So that's been my strategy. This is an index fund. So it's something you guys should look into. And I would recommend it that if you are a beginner, since I'm pretty sure all of us are, and you don't know what you are doing with investing, don't buy individual stocks, buy index fund. There's a lot of index funds there's a lot of index funds you can invest in. This is just the one I'm investing. So do a research on index fund. There are probably some funds that are better than this one that I'm investing in. Do a research on it, find one that is good for you and just invest in it. And when you get paid, just what I do is what I do is I save. First of all, before I get the money, when they do the pre-tax 401k, I take 10% out of the money and save it into my 401k. Then when I get the money, I probably also save another 30, 40% of it in buying more of the funds that I'm investing in. So I think I probably leave off maybe 50% or less. I haven't really done my budget to see, but because I've been doing it for so long, it's just I'm used to it. So I probably only spend maybe about 40 to 50%, and the other 50% I'm investing in. So yeah, that is index fund. And this will allow you to get into that compound interest thing that I was talking about, that The Richest Man in Babylon book was saying. If you invest in this in an index fund and your initial 3,000 goes to 3,005. The next time you get an interest, it will be based on that 3,005 and it will just continue to grow like that. And yeah, so that is it. And this is pretty much what I've been investing in. Lately is when I started buying individual company. And so far I bought Google, Amazon, Apple. This company is just a company I've been just taking a risk on because they are into the self-driving car. Just like we have the artificial intelligence now. The next thing they are talking about is that there will be self-driving taxis. Like that's one of the big things Tesla is working on. There'll be taxi just like you book Uber. You'll be able to book taxi that will take you from one location to the other. So this company is making that technology. So that's why I bought shares of them. And this company is just another company I just gamble on, right? So these three companies, I would say do your research before, if you wanted to look into it, do your research before you invest in them. These are like I have like some throwaway money and I was just like, I'm going to risk those money on these three. So these three are not really my strategy when it comes to investing. So, but I started buying in companies like Google, Amazon, Apple, and Tesla because they are part of the big 7 companies in the US. If you have a long-term mindset to invest your money in these companies, like the big 7, you won't lose your money. So they are still safe in a way because they are companies that everyone uses every day. We all use Google. I'm on Google now. Amazon, you guys shop on Amazon every day, right? And we also use AWS. So they are a profitable company. Apple, almost everyone likes iPhone, use iPhone, right? Tesla is a company that's kind of like going up and down, but they are still a good company. So that's the only reason why I bought into those big 7 companies because I just know for the long run they will do well. But my strategy is this Vanguard index fund. That is like 80% of my strategy. All right. So let me show you guys. Okay. How often? Someone said, how often do I put money into it and how much? Someone said, how often do I put money in my investment in the index fund and how much? So it is based on however much I'm making. I put money in it every time I get paid, right? So anytime you get any money, it is best to put the money in as soon as possible because for me, I just feel like investment is all about time and money. The more time you have, the more money you put in there, the more money you'll make. So it's based on time and money. So if you have any money now that you can invest it. And it's my strategy is I've always been aggressive in investing than spending. So I would invest as much as I can. My wife always even gets on me because the last time she was trying to buy something for me and the stuff was maybe like $5,000 and it was something I already bought, but she also wanted to buy it for me and she's just like, I'm gonna give you the money and I want you to pay off that stuff with the money I'm giving you. And she was like, don't invest the money. Don't buy any stock because she knows that any cash I get, I'm most likely going to invest it before I spend it. So she gave me the money. I end up buying more of the fund. So if you have any cash that you can invest it, you know. But I'm saying like have your emergency savings. Don't invest all your money because this strategy that I'm using is for the long run. It's not something that I'm going to invest in today and take my money out by the end of the week. It's for the long run. So, so, yeah, it's for the long run. So have your emergency money saved to the side and any money you get after that, try to invest it. That is it. So that is what I was doing with this fund. And I would say, when I did say that, there was a time when I tried to, there was a time when I tried to invest in, there was a time where I tried to do individual investment in stock and crypto. So during COVID, when crypto was kind of big, I was hanging out somewhere and some guys were talking about um, how the stock market was up. At that time, they were talking about the AMC when the AMC had that big went viral for some reason. They were talking about it. I just happened to be in hearing that conversation at that time, and I was just like, man, I'm making money from the index fund, but it's a little bit slower. I'm hearing about people making $90,000 just in one stock. Maybe I should risk and buy some stocks and maybe since I'm younger, I can risk, I can invest money. So I sold some of the funds that I was investing in. I started buying stocks. I bought the AMC stock. I bought just a bunch of stocks, and I bought some stocks in crypto. Then I also opened like a crypto account. I had a Coinbase account. I had Voyager account. So I guess I'll explain that later. I had a Voyager account. So I was investing in crypto and I was also investing in stock. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going off whatever someone said online, the hype, and I was just buying those company. And that year, I think I did that for like about a year. This was like 2021, 2022. I did that for about a year, just buying and literally all the money. That was one of the years where I even made the most money when it comes to like my cloud computing skills and what it allowed me to do then. And literally all the money I made that year, I probably lost most of it trying to do individual stocks and individual stocks and crypto. I probably lost somewhere close to 200,000 that year, because I was just, every time I got paid, I was just buying companies here, buying this, and I lost money. So I'm saying that to say when you guys should invest your money, but I'm saying it is better to invest it in index funds. You will not lose your money. Index fund, some months, sometimes it might go up, sometimes it might go down, but your initial capital investment will be there. And when it does goes up and down, you probably only lose some of the interest you make, and in the next month you'll make it back. But on a consistent basis, on a monthly basis, it does make money on a monthly basis. So index fund is the best way to go. And let me show you one of my accounts, how much return I've been making on. So this is one of my Vanguard account here, right? So you can see this is like month to month. And the fund that I'm invested in here is the index fund that I told you about, the VTSAX, right? And you can see here where it says the personal investment returns. This is pretty much how much I've been making every month in that account, right? So here, some month I make this amount, the next month I made this amount, the next month I made this amount. If it is red, it means you lost money that month, because you see this summary from month to month. And for 3 months here, I lost money here. And then the next month I've made money, and this is pretty much what it looks like. And this is what compound interest looks like. So when I was talking about the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, right? Really, the strategy is just find where to make more money and dump that money in an investment. But you have to be smart with the investment. Make sure it is something that is not risky, like buying an individual stock. I would advocate towards buying index funds. because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to individual companies. And every time I've tried it, I've lost
Mm,
money.
yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Mark, do you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay. So every time I've done individual company stocks, I've lost money, but the index fund I'm invested in, this is how much is pretty much a return every month. Obviously, I didn't get to this amount in one day, right? It came from just making a lot of money working as a cloud engineer and other ways that I'm monetizing my cloud computing skills. And I've just taken that money and dump it in the index fund that I'm investing in. So that's been my strategy when it comes to investing. So someone asked me about it. I wanted to share it with you guys, and this is pretty much it. We put money in stocks. Do you put the money? Someone said, do you put the money in stocks, ETFs, index fund, under a Roth IRA to benefit? Yeah. So right now, that's the thing. All my funds is not in a Roth IRA, and I am not. I have a Roth IRA account, but I haven't been putting money in it as much as I should. So, but it's something I'm considering. I want to talk to a financial advisor on the best way to do it. Because if I was trying to move some of the money into the Roth IRA I have a
Uh,
rollover, I have a rollover account from when I left some companies and I just took my money and I put it in my own rollover account. That I know that is eligible for a Roth IRA and I know they're going to tax me on it. So I want to see how bad it would be. So I don't have I have a Roth IRA. I haven't been putting money in it. So majority of my money is in just my own personal brokerage account. And I don't have any ETFs. I just buy the index funds
Yeah. Good
instead.
morning. Good
Go ahead.
morning, peace.
Good morning.
Yeah, I asked that question because I had when I started investing, I had done it in a brokerage account, but then when I started putting my money in like a Roth, I understood like how you get these tax benefits and it's accessible too. It's very flexible.
Hmm.
Um, so that's why I was asking, but I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
but don't the Roth IRA, like you still have to meet the retirement age to be able to take the money out too, right?
Not on the growth you do, but the what you put in, you could always access that without any penalties. It's the
Oh,
growth that you get that where you get penalized by the
oh
tax.
wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I need to do more because I guess that's why I haven't invested in it heavily because I was feeling that I thought you would have to meet the retirement age to be able to access the money in it. So I've been been dumping the money in just my regular brokerage account.
Yeah, yeah, only on the growth. And another strategy, I haven't tested this, I haven't researched it, but a guy was telling me because when I was doing my MBA, he was telling me that you can initially start off putting money into your traditional, which is, that's the money you get from your check, and then like it's not taxed. And
Mm-hmm.
so then over time, if you take like 2 or 3 months off, your tax, the money that you're getting paid drops down to zero. And you can, what they call a lateral program, where you can take the money from your traditional and put it into your Roth, and there'll be no tax penalties. And then, Roth IRA, you can always grab the money that you contributed and not get penalized. So anyway,
Okay.
these are like complex strategies, but I just was curious how you do
Yeah.
yours.
Mine is like if I tell you it's basic, so basic, I don't even know. It's just been only me doing it. I don't have a financial advisor now, but I am looking into to getting one. I don't have a financial advisor. Literally, I just read this book. I read I read The Richest Man in Babylon and it talked about compound interest and I was doing a research on how the best way to get compound interest and it just said index funds is one of those ways. And I just bought one index fund and I've been investing heavily in it, right? But I'm not even sure if the index fund I bought is the right one because there's probably some other index fund that are outperforming the one that I'm investing in. But I like this one because it is investing in all the companies that are on the stock market in the United States. So the fund is well diversified, and that's why I just stuck with this. But when it comes to for those that are watching, this is not a financial advice. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. Yeah, and so far, since I have done the index fund, I haven't lost any money. You can see on the month when I lost this money, I'm losing the interest that I made, not my initial investment. My initial investment, I haven't lost a dime of it. And that is why I am a big advocate for index fund. When I did try to invest in stock and crypto, I lost literally 90% of my money. Yeah, when I was mentioning the Voyager was even bad. I had probably like between 15,000 and 20,000 in that account, and they just closed the account. Like they did something on their end where you can withdraw your money. They said they were going bankrupt, but you could log in the account, you see the money, but you can't withdraw it. And that was how that money went away. And that was like a crypto account. So that's another thing. If you want to do crypto, make sure you are investing in like make sure whatever brokerage account you are using for crypto is like a company that's reputable, because a lot of the companies can just talk about they went bankrupt and your money, whatever money you have in there, will just be stuck there and be gone. And that was what happened with my Voyager account, that I had invested in some crypto in that account. I pretty much lost all that money. So yes, my investment strategy is buy index funds. And once you buy an index fund, every time you get paid, put more money in it. So you decide how much you want to put in it. So, but for me, I've been investing at least 50% of whatever I make in it. And I'm saying all this to say, you'll make money. Trust me. It is not a matter of when. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. The time will come where you get a job, you start to make money. But when you start to make money, this is some of the things you should keep in mind. That I was kind of doing it from the beginning, but it's now when I'm really, really taking it serious. And I've had some people, when they start making a lot of money too, um, some of them bought cars. Hey, I'm not going to tell you guys to buy or don't buy cars, but or luxury item, or I should say. But I still drive a Honda, and I want a Mercedes-Benz so bad, but I just haven't gotten myself to get one yet, because I'm always thinking about, they always talking about when you buy a car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, you already lost like 20% of that money. And that is it. You already lost 20%. When I bought this Honda, it wasn't, every time you buy a new car, you'll be so pressed that you don't even want to park in the same parking lot as everyone. I used to park so far away. My boss always makes fun of me that why do you always park 1 mile away? Because in the parking lot, I'll go to all the extreme end where no one is parking. That's where I'll park my car. And I was so pressed about that car. It wasn't even 3 months buying that car. I got hit by a tractor trailer on the side, pretty much messed up the entire side of the car. Got the insurance to fix it. That was an hassle. And since then, the door, every time I'm driving, the door still makes this whistle noise because they couldn't align it properly when they finally fix it. For me, when I just think about that, imagine me just buying $100,000 car or however much Benz and all this car costs, and there's a potential that someone would dent your car, someone can possibly run into you, God forbid, right? So for me, it's just not worth it. So I'm saying, when I started making my cloud money, this is what I've been doing with it. I try to avoid the luxury item, focus more on investing. Then my goal is, once my investment can make me enough money on a monthly basis from what I'm showing you here, then I can start taking a certain percentage of it out and do whatever I want to do with it. So that's been my strategy. So the main point I'm trying to make is, how did I even get to have all this? I posted this, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. It's probably somewhere lost in is lost in my videos. Maybe I can go to my playlist. It might probably be on my playlist. Some of you guys probably saw it. Yeah, yeah, and thinking this is this playlist. If you guys have a chance, watch this video. Um, yeah, one way here. So in this video, when I was talking about where I started from, this was where I started from, right? This here, this was my apartment then. I already started learning cloud computing, but I haven't started working as a cloud engineer and making money. This was my apartment then. This was my apartment. Like here, I was talking about how my roof was leaking. So you can see here, literally every time it rains, I'll have to like put a bucket down there to get the water. I can be watching TV and it's raining, it's over. I've told my landlord so many times, he tried to fix it, but the issue just kept coming back. But this was my apartment. I guess in this video, I was just fed up and I made up my mind and I said, in this video, I was saying to myself that I'm definitely going to make it out of this situation. It was just me. So I was saying that to myself as that was my moment of no matter what it's going to take to do this cloud computing thing to get to the point where I'm making money, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I was saying in this video. And I'm telling you guys, this is where I started from. I didn't end up here. And what allowed me to be here from here, I'm telling you, it is all my cloud computing skills. There's no any other skills that I have. I have other skills, but I'm not monetizing any of them at this point. The only skill I've been monetizing is my cloud computing skills. And it pretty much start from wherever you guys are now, where I just had to sit down, learn it, do the projects, try to understand what I'm doing. Then once I did all that stuff, once I understand what I'm doing, then I started trying to monetize the skills by mentoring people, working 9 to 5, helping people with whatever cloud computing issues they are having, doing consulting job. And that was what allowed me to have enough money to invest. So yeah, this is where I used to live. And I posted the video here, you guys can see. This was my old apartment. You can see. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, the point of this video is you will make money. There is no, you know how when you get into something and sometimes you may have doubt about if that thing is going to work. Cloud computing is not one of those things. There are jobs, then there are companies paying big money. There will always be jobs because we live in this tech age. Almost everything we use on a daily basis as it relates to tech, things we do on our phone, the apps we access, probably 90% of them are hosted in the cloud. So there will always be job. I'm saying like it is not a matter of if you make money, it's a matter of when. The only thing that's holding you from getting to that point is developing the skills. If you have the skills that an employer is looking for, they will pay you money. They'll pay you the type of money you are looking for. So that's what I wanted to say for today.
If I ask you a question on the projects, kind of.
Yeah, sure. Great.
So you're going to that, what you were just discussing, right? To retain the information and I guess be effective. How on a time frame, how long do you suggest that we should spend on the projects? Like even after completing the projects, like I guess, or what would be a strategy that you would use today to make sure you retain information and be able to use it effectively?
Okay. Yeah, so based on how long you should stay on the project is based on each individual person. Some people understand concept better than others. Some might take them less time, some might take more. So it's just based on each individual person. But what I would say is on a daily basis, you should spend at least some time on it every day. Maybe when I was learning, I used to spend an hour on it every day. Sometimes I spend more, but at least an hour on it every day. And that's like, it doesn't matter if I'm tired or not. I used to go to work 5 a.m. at my previous job, and I would come home by 5 p.m. But I go to the gym. By the time I get to the house, it's like 7, 8 p.m. And when I get home, the first thing I'll do is jump on my computer, start going through my cloud. Then I used to go through the cloud practitioner course, and I went through it. So some days I'll be tired. I may spend like 30 minutes, but what I was doing is every day I was studying. So in order for you to get to the point where you are comfortable with the information, you are able to retain the information, I'm saying that you can't take breaks. You have to consistently do it every day. So if you consistently do it every day, you will know that, okay, I'm retaining a lot of this information and I'm ready. When you finish the cloud practitioner, the concept course, and you start building projects, let's say you watch my project where you're able to go through my project to do some of the things, right? Once you are done with that project, a good way to test your knowledge to retain that information is to work on another project that is similar to the project that you completed and try to work on that project. I don't want to say don't watch the video, but my video word for word to complete that project. Try to rely on your understanding of what you did in that video in the previous project that you followed along with me. Try to rely on that acknowledgement. So it could be like you're doing things like researching your notes, looking at your notes on, okay, when I created the VPC, this is what I had to do. Just use strictly the reference architecture to try to complete the project. And if you get stuck on something, try to do research on it. Like, let's say you get stuck on something, instead of use me as the last resort and use the video as the last resort. When you get stuck, try to like Google it. Okay, I'm having this error, because when you start working, that is what it will be like. You'll definitely have errors all the time, and you will have to do a research on it. So I'm saying the best way to retain the information is when you learn a concept, work on another project that helps you reinforce some of the things you learned. So that's how I've retained my knowledge. I've just worked on other things. And by the time you are done with all the projects, to really bring everything in, start doing other projects rely on the knowledge of everything you've learned so far and start using that to build other projects. So that's what I've done. I hope I answered your question. Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, you did. You noted.
Yeah. So it is pretty much that you complete a project, then work on another project that is similar to that project. Let's say if you deployed an application now, whenever I gave to you, right? Try to go look for another application online that you can deploy. The application may not be a LAMP stack application. The application can be like, maybe this is an application that the code is written in Java and it uses maybe MySQL database or a Postgres database, right? But you just have to focus on the steps of hosting that particular application. But the concept of how to build your infrastructure will still be the same from the other project. So that's what I've been doing to reinforce some of the things I've learned and just to learn new things, I'll say. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions, or if you guys need me to help you troubleshoot something? Yes, sir.
Thank you for the encouragement and the way of investing. Quick question that I have to ask about this investment of 18 is that after making some research on the Vanguard, I noticed that it was kind of related to retirement of 18, so I don't really understand it very well. So
okay. Okay, so Vanguard has different funds you can buy, right? So this fund that I'm investing in is a fund anyone can buy, right? Where you are seeing the retirement thing on maybe what you saw online is the type of account you have is what would dictate whether it is a retirement or it is a regular investment account. You understand? So you can have two accounts. You can, let me just draw here. I can have two accounts. So this is account one and account two. And in this, let's say this is my retirement account. And this is my personal investment account, right? So I can buy this same fund in my retirement account and I can buy it in here. So that's the only difference. You understand? So it's just when you are opening your account, just know what type of account you are opening. So here, let me close this. You can see here, you can log in to your account here. Let me see, product and services. So you can see here the different accounts they have. They have IRA, regular brokerage accounts. They have 529 cash management. So these are the different accounts they have. They have rollover. Right. So it just depends on what account you open. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. But the particular fund I'm talking about, you can buy it in any of the accounts you have with them.
Or any of these ones?
Yeah, you can buy any of the funds. Yeah. The only thing that would prevent, let me erase this. The only thing that will prevent you from buying any of this fund is meeting their initial minimum.
Okay.
So other than that, if you meet the initial minimum, you can buy it in any account. You can buy it in your investment account. You can buy it in your personal brokerage. You can buy it in any account. I mean, yeah. So that is it. They have some funds. There's one fund that I was trying to, I think it's called BTG.
As is when you want to sign up, they're talking about if you want to go with you want to go manage your account by yourself or have them manage it on your behalf.
Where?
Like you want to sign up if you want to create an account with them.
Oh, you saw it here, or are you asking me? I'm not.
I'm asking a question like when you want to sign up, they give you that option if you want to manage by
I
yourself
see.
or have them.
I see. So these funds, they manage it. Index funds, whoever is running it, they manage it, right?
Okay.
So, so index funds, when you buy index fund and so the funds, right? Let me show you guys here, right here, right? These are the companies that they are investing in. So you can see they are investing in all these companies. This is just one. This is just the first 10. It still goes on to like page 313. So they are investing in a bunch of companies, right? So how they choose what more shares to buy, what companies they want to, they do that. You don't have to worry about that. You just buy the fund and leave it, right? So they manage all that. But if you want them to manage your account, so in your account, you can have, let's say this is your account. You can have this fund in your account. You can have the other one that I said I'm investing in, VT. You can have that fund and you can have another fund here, right? So if you want them to manage your account for you, they can manage what funds they can. Let's say I give my account to them. I say, I want you to manage my account for me, right? They would take this account, they would look at what funds I'm investing in, and they can either sell that fund, buy another fund, or reallocate the money. So if you want them to manage your account for you, that's what they would do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
So they can manage the funds in your account, but for any fund you buy, whatever investment is in those funds, you don't do anything with those. They do that on their end.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when I started investing, and I was really, kind of confused by it because they were saying you can buy a mutual fund in comparison to an index fund. And the way they had explained it to me was that like mutual funds are like they'll pick all the companies and put them all together and they'll manage them. But for them to manage them, they charge you a fee. And every
Yes,
time they trade a different company to try to make your portfolio better, you accrue fees and stuff like that in the transaction. Compared to an index fund where at the beginning of the year, they sit down and pick all the stocks, research it, and package it together for you, and then you just pick them that actual fund, and you don't have any fees that take place. I mean, you have a fee at the beginning, but you don't have fees throughout the process. And
exactly.
that's why they say index funds are so much better because you keep all the growth without paying all the fees and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
that was how I learned.
Exactly. So Titus, what he's saying is that even within the fund, index fund, there's index fund and there's mutual funds, right? So some of these funds, they can come in mutual, but I always just buy just index fund. So the mutual fund is still the funds, right? They're still investing in a bunch of companies. It's still a fund that is investing in a bunch of companies. But what Yashan is saying is that the companies with mutual funds, there's the active manager that's managing it, just like anyone does the stock market on I don't know how often they do it, maybe day to day. Let's just say day to day. And on a day to day, they might say, okay, we'll remove this fund, we'll add another fund. They're just trying to find the best strategy to grow faster and make more money for you. But as they are managing it on a day to day, they're also charging you the fees for managing that account.
Yeah.
So
Okay, thank you.
they are charging you the fees, and in the long run, you will probably pay more in fees versus if you buy an index fund, they are not really actively managing it. It is just a
Yeah.
fund that is set and the fee is much lower. You can see for this
Yeah.
fund, this is the fee.
Like like the index funds, I believe is more managed by computers more than a man manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's set up from, because I have this guy that I watch on Minority Report, and he has tell you something like that. Like some of these funds, the ones that managed mainly by computers are very cheap compared to you have managers that actually go in the fund and manage them.
Yeah, I forgot about the part, but yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So thank you. Yeah, so that is it. So in terms of any of the fund you guys see on Vanguard, and certainly Vanguard is not the only company that has like an index fund. So you guys do your research on index fund. There's Fidelity, there is what other companies out there? I only know about Vanguard because
Don't Chase do it too? I think
uh yeah, maybe Chase. There's a bunch of different companies that has
Charles Sweat, I think was with him.
yeah. So there's a bunch of companies that have brokerage account. There's a bunch of index funds out there. Just do a research on the best index funds that works for you. And once you find that index fund, buy it. And I'm just saying any amount of money you make, then just continue to buy more of that fund. And over time, you'll see it start to grow. The only type of money you should put in your savings account is your emergency fund. Don't make money. You can't save your way to being rich. That's something I'm finding out. Like I can save, but I'm realizing you can't save your way to being rich. So some of the money you are making, you would have to invest it in other things, right? And index fund is the sure way. Is not as you can see, everything is risky with this fund. It is still telling you on a scale of 1 to 5, it is 5 on the risky side, but it is still a well-calculated risk. That's what I was showing you in my portfolio return, that I haven't lost my capital yet, even though they'll tell you it is risky, but for the long run, if you are invested in it for the long run, you won't have nothing to worry about. unless if the stock market crash, which if that was the case, like the company that I'm investing in, this was actually my mindset for investing in it. I'm saying this company is investing in all the companies that are on the stock market in the United States. What is the chance of me losing all my money? That means all the companies in the United States would have to crash at the same time. And if that was the case, right, then everybody else will be going through the same thing too. It won't just affect me, it will pretty much be affecting everybody as a whole. Those that have their money in their savings. So that was my mindset for saying, you know what, whether this is risky or not, it is still a well-calculated risk as opposed to just leaving the money in my savings and not doing anything. So the money in your savings will not beat the inflation rate. If you have 1,000 in your savings, from my understanding, by next year, that you see the 1,000 there, but in the economy, the value of that 1,000 may have depreciated because things are getting more expensive. So try to invest any cash you can invest outside of your emergency fund, try to invest it. So you can see this particular fund. This is another one that I'm trying to get in. So Mr. Larry, so with the fund that I was saying, there's nothing holding you from buying the fund. You can buy any fund. It's just when you open the account, you have to specify what type of account you are opening. But some of the funds, what I want to show you is some of the funds is, you can see for this particular fund, the minimum investment is 100,000 to buy. They even have some funds that are minimum is big, is more than this. I'm not saying not to scare you that Vanguard has a bunch of other funds that are the minimum investment is like 3,000, right? But I'm just saying that if you run into any restriction of why you can buy a fund, it won't be because of whatever account, whether it's a retirement account, it will just be based on what is required to buy. This particular one, they just require this amount because this is actually a good fund. This one is pretty much investing in like all the tech companies. Yeah, all the tech companies that are in the United States. But if you don't want to buy this, they have the ETF version of it. So
yeah, I got the ETF and it's doing really what that one is.
Yeah, so they have the ETF version. I think that one is the VOO. And yeah, they have the ETF version of it. So if you don't want to buy that index fund, they have it in ETF, which the difference between ETF and the index fund is, and you guys, I know it's kind of like a lot, right? But they still are this kind of the same. But this ETF, from my understanding, it trades more like a stock. Like you can buy it and sell it. And this one, you don't need, there's no minimum to enter it. You just buy it at whatever the price is, which right now the price is $509. Yeah, but not to get for stock and all that stuff, investing, my main point is invest your money. If you don't know what you are doing, go for index fund. Index fund is the best way. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to investing. I mean, when it comes to diversifying my portfolio and what stocks to buy and what company to buy. So I would just invest in index fund. And I don't have to log in every day and see how the stock is doing and be panicking when the stock market goes down. Like I said, I have my watch list here. So how you guys can create this watch list on Google is you can find any stock you want. So if you come here, let me just, what stock is out there. So let me just VOO stock. So let's say I look for that and Google will show you here. If you click follow, you have to be logged into your Google account. If you click follow, it'll start to follow it for you. And over here, you'll see the following. So if you go to your following, it will show you all the stocks you are following that is on your watch list. So every day I just come here and I just leave this on the side of my computer and I just kind of watch it, how this is done, right? Another thing I like about the Google Finance here is whatever company you add on your watch list, if you come down here, it would also show you some of the news that is coming out pertaining to those companies. So you can see here is a news on NVIDIA, news on Amazon, right? Tesla, Google. The VOO I just add, there's a news on it. So sometimes I'll just read the article just to hear what they are saying. Another thing is here, it also, if the company has an earnings report coming up, it would also show you that here. Amazon just had theirs this week. That's why their stock went up, because their earnings was very good. So some of this news also relates to how the stock would do. But for me, since I'm investing in index fund, I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I only just started buying, and by I just started buying Google and Apple and Tesla like last month. Yeah, like last month. I wasn't doing any of this before. I was just strictly just index fund, and I'm still doing majority of the index fund. Yeah. The 6 months membership are you? Dylan, I have the 6 months membership and a year, so you can pick whichever one you want. What project should you work on daily? You can work on any. So the project, there isn't a particular project you should work on daily. There's a series of steps and projects you have to work on. They are all progressive. So the projects are meant to build on top of each other. So there isn't one particular project you should work on daily. There's just a guided step that I'm guiding you through of things you should do on a daily basis. So if you follow those steps, by the time you get to like your 6 months or a year, you would have complete all the projects. So to answer your question, there isn't a specific project to work on a daily basis. There is just things you need to be doing on a daily basis to get to your end goal. How many hours should you spend a day? That is based on your schedule. So you can, for me, I always recommend at least 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. When I was learning, I dedicate at least 1 hour every day, but I would always study more if I had the strength to study more. And yeah, if I had the strength to study more, I would study more, but I always dedicate at least 1 hour. But if you can do two, do two. But don't do like 7, 8 hours. Do 2 to 3, 1 to 3 hours. Take a break. If you had more time, if you have more room for the day to study, go back at it. But don't sit at your computer for 8 hours trying to figure something out. It's always good to take break. So that's what I'll say. All right. Do you guys have any other question? So that was it. So you guys let me know. And if you guys have anything particular with what I'm trying to, if you guys have anything particular that is not relating to the projects, or just since I've been working, what have I seen? Anything that is just relating to what has brought me to this point that is not tech related, feel free to ask me. If you want me to talk about it, I'll definitely talk about it. Like I said, I'm more of like an open book. I want to share with you guys as much as possible what I'm doing to get here. I'm showing you guys that it's not because I'm a super smart person, although I am intelligent. I'm learning. The reason why I just said that is because I was watching a video on our subconscious mind, and the lady was saying that our subconscious mind is not a biased mind. Like it takes whatever we say, it takes it for what it is. So what she was saying, that our subconscious mind does not understand joke. So if you say like, if you are joking with yourself and you say, oh yeah, I'm so this, right? Your subconscious mind takes it that way. And that is what it tends to form into reality for you. So now when I say certain things to myself, I try not to even say anything, even whether jokingly or not jokingly. I try not to say, oh yeah, I am this. I'll make sure I'm saying something that is positive. Another thing that she also said is that you can't, how our subconscious mind works is, if we criticize something, if we say something negative about something, our subconscious mind, pretty much, how did she say, takes it as you don't like those things. So it is not going to give you that thing, because since you can't want what you are criticizing all the time, what you don't like, right? But that's why she was saying, I have to find the video. I can't explain it better than her, but she explained it very well. She's pretty much saying that if you criticize something a lot, you are pretty much telling your subconscious mind that you don't like it and you don't want it. So when I say something about, so for me now, I'm just very conscious about saying, I try to say, think positively and try to say positive things to myself. So I'm saying all that to say, anything you guys are seeing me showing you guys now is all based on effort. It is not based on intelligence. It's probably like 10%. You just have to have a brain, right? We all have a brain, right? We know we have a brain, right? Everything else, I'm telling you, it is based on effort. That is it. I'm just very stubborn. I'm so stubborn to the point that if I'm working on one thing, like right now, I'm learning marketing, right? And at the point that at some point in the class, the guy is saying that, okay, your message has to be clear to your audience. It's not like you have to do your website. You have to make sure everything is clear, the information is clear. You guys will actually be seeing like a new version on the homepage of my website, because I've started taking his message and working on it, right? If I get stuck on one thing, I can't move on to the next thing until I solve that one thing that I'm stuck in. Until I solve that one thing that I'm stuck on, because I always feel like I don't like doing half of something and just leaving it there and moving on to the next one. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because since I've been working on my website, I haven't had time to work on other things on the course where I need to be learning some of the marketing stuff. I've just been focused on trying to work on my site. That is it. You just have to be stubborn. I'm not saying be like me, but I'm saying everything that I've gotten today, from when I went from zero in the cloud computing field to having something, is all based on effort. It is not based on whether I'm intelligent than you or you are intelligent than me. I'm just saying, if you apply more effort to it and you have strategy, the good thing is you have someone like me to guide you on, okay, this is what you need to do. As long as you have that and you are not just, your efforts are not wasted, you're just sitting on the computer watching a bunch of videos every day, and the videos are not really guiding you towards a goal. As long as you are not doing that, you'll be fine. But I'm telling you, everything I've done is all based on effort. There is no, I am not different from you guys. I told you guys when I came to the United States, I could barely speak English. For the longest, maybe next week I'll show you guys my degree. My wife just brought out my degree the other day. She was like, yes, here are your degrees from your college. You see what I majored in school. I majored in automotive. That was the first degree I had. Then I majored in CAD design. Those were the fields that I worked in before I was so desperate to make more money. And I was just talking to my cousin because he works in IT. And I was like, man, I need to make more money. And he told me about it. He was like, why don't you give it AWS a try? I said, what's AWS? And I did my research on it, and literally that was how everything started. So I used to also tell myself I'm not a computer person. I don't like to code. I don't want to code, or whatever the excuse is, right? But I proved myself wrong when I realized that all I have to do is show up. Show up and do the work. Don't even worry about whether you're going to get a job or you're not going to get it. Show up, do the work, and over time, you just saying things you can't see now because it is just ahead. You can't see it now, but focus on the things you can see, which is doing the project. And as you continue to do that, by the time you get to applying and getting a job, once you get a job, you just see that it is, when you start working, it is not even as difficult as what you guys are doing now, because the work is kind of like a routine anyway. It's almost like a day-to-day routine. But but seems like it is a lot of work when you guys are going from the beginning now. So I'll say again, the takeaway for today is effort. That is all as Guy made here. It's just based on effort. It's not really based on intelligence. So it's like if I have an issue, I'm always thinking about how to solve it. If any problem, think of the solution. You have to be solution based. And once you do that, you'll be fine.
I have a question.
Yes,
I got
sir.
a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Well, I think Mr. Larry has a troubleshooting question, but Yashon, did you add a question?
Yeah, I got a troubleshooting question too at the end, but I
Okay.
was gonna wait. What you were saying is, I was thinking, basically, what critical skill outside of the technical skills that you think we should be mastering, that will help us when we become like a cloud engineer or any of that? Like, what skills would you think is vital, and like you think that would have, if you had known
Yes.
you were trying, that you think we should be mastering?
Yes. Problem solving. That is it. Cloud computing, tech world is all about problem solving. So when you guys run into an issue with your project, I don't want you guys to panic and just say, man, I ran into this issue. I just can't get past it. No, you're gonna have to get past it because our work is the same way. It's so funny. Yesterday I've been working on this script to trying to, okay, we have a they asked me to write a script that we can run to run some type of CLI command in any of our AWS accounts. So we are going to build a pipeline in one account, and that pipeline has to be able to access other accounts and run the same script to disable something in this account. And I've been working on that script, and it's working. I mean, like I'm getting along, but then I'm having issues with the pipeline and stuff like that where something wasn't working as intended. And so my mind just like, and that's a long story. I don't even want to say anything negative about that, but more of like just trying to push me to get it done faster. And I was just like, oh, do you need help with this and that? But for me, I didn't see it like I know it was something I can do. I just say, no, if I need help, I'll ask and let me just give me some time to work on it. So, and that was what I was doing yesterday. I was working on it. And I've just come to realize that in the cloud computing field, it is, you have to, you are trying to solve a problem. So when you think of the problem, don't think of it as always something going wrong. Like, let's say your customer wants to deploy an application in the cloud. That is a problem they have, but it's not necessarily like a bad problem in terms of there's always something going wrong you're solving, but they have a need for something and you are solving that for them. So by telling them, okay, you want to host your application in the cloud, this is the services we will use and this is how we will host it. You are solving. Cloud is all about solving problem. And I think if you have that mindset, you'll be fine. And also another mindset I want you guys to have is you are not going to know it all and you are not expected to know it all, but you also have to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset, I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, meaning that if they ask you to do something, don't just say, I don't know it and be done there and just be like, yeah, I don't know it. No, a growth mindset means that they ask you to do something and just say, you know what? Okay, yeah, let me look into it. You take all the notes you need to take based on whatever requirements they've given you, and you start to do research on, okay, what do I need to be able to do stuff like this? You just start to jot down all the things you need. I showed you guys like when I worked on the Kubernetes project. When I worked on the Kubernetes project, before I even was able to deploy that project, before I was even able to deploy the project, I started doing some research, writing notes. These are all the notes that I wrote when I was working on that Kubernetes project. You can see here. These are all the notes. Sometimes the notes change. At some point, I didn't follow everything in here, but I find different documentations online, you know, anything that I can, that I found that will help me. I wasn't just writing it down. I was walking along, testing these things out and writing it down. So you can see all my notes. It's a long note. See? So that's another thing, is based on have a growth mindset, meaning that there will be a time that they will ask you to do something that you don't know, but understand that you are smart enough to figure it out. And that comes from having a growth mindset, understand that, okay, what I'm trying to do, the information is online. That's one of the beauty about working in the cloud field. It's like there's almost nothing that you want that you won't find the information online, and you just got to look for it. So I'll say, Yashan, to answer your question, I would say, be more of a problem solver, have a growth mindset. And what is the third one that I was going to say? I just remembered it and I forgot. Problem solver, have a growth mindset, and I forgot the third one that I was going to say, but if it comes to mind, I'll let you know. But those are the main two that has helped me so far. It's just being a problem solver and having a growth mindset. Understand that you don't know something, but you can figure it out. You have the ability to figure it out. And there's a lot of information online to figure it out. If you have those two things, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. With your cloud skills, as long as you have the foundational knowledge, you know what an EC2 is. You know a lot of the stuff we are working on the project. You don't have to know everything else. A lot of things they ask me to do at work, I don't know it, but they give you time to figure it out. Another thing at work is they don't tax you with something and expect you to get it done by tomorrow. Most time you have like 2-3 weeks to work on something. So you have more than enough time to do your research, organize your notes, test things out, and solve whatever problem they're asking you to solve. So the two main things, being a problem solver and having a growth mindset, meaning you don't know something, but you can figure it out. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. That's helpful.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So you guys need help troubleshooting something?
Yes. You want
Okay.
me to share?
Sure. Let me stop sharing.
When I ran my start ECS, start EC2 runner, I got into this error. So this is SDK JavaScript. They are trying to.
It's just probably you just probably have to change the you just have to change the action that you are using to start it.
Action. You mean
Not all these actions are actually working, so you have to test. If it's not working, you revert back to the old one.
Yeah, because since when I did the video, right, the action was on that version. Remember the last week when Wahab was showing you with the actions, some of the actions in your code, we updated it, right?
Yeah.
So with the start EC2 runner, right, the action is that's the start EC2 runner is there. The action is that one is currently using is on 201.
Like this one, right? Git.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the action that's made by that guy. So you have to go there and see if he has the latest version of that action.
Yeah, I checked it, there was no latest version of them because I check on the
You
That
have
one
to
should work.
check his whole name. Yeah, you not just that one. You have to copy the whole.
yeah,
So
I did it this way. Then
no, with his name too, because there might be different ones there. Titus, what were you saying?
No, I was saying that not all of the updated versions for those actions actually run.
Okay.
But this version, the current one, should just work. So,
Yeah, I think it should too.
and when you run the pipeline, you don't have no errors.
Maybe the action probably works, but I'm also seeing something there's like not all required inputs are provided for start. So maybe the thing seems like there's a issue in your code.
issue in my code.
It might be you're probably not providing some of the things that he wants you to provide. So you can see over the error on the right there undefined
Yeah.
reading mode, and I think it's probably like a typo in your code or something. So
All the required input are provided for the start.
yeah, so the error you're having, that node sum is just a warning, but it's not what is causing the issue. The issue is you are not providing something that is required in the code. So can you send a copy of your thing to me? I just have to look through it. So go back to your Visual Studio Code. All right. Um,
I send it to you on
okay,
Slack.
no, you have to send it in a code format.
Oh,
Don't send it.
sorry.
No,
Uh,
you're fine.
okay, that was see. Which one? We click on that. Yes. So, is it okay now?
No, you still didn't. So click on that last one,
This one.
and paste it in there.
Yeah, I did that one. So earlier.
And click send. Okay, that's fine. Now just a second. I'm just um, let's see the one you sent to me. Oh, you send all your files to me.
Is it all?
That
Do you want me to send everything?
oh no, never mind. I was the one that copied it wrong. Never mind. Okay, just a second. I'm just comparing. Can you try, while I'm checking this, can you try running it again and see what you get? I see a typo in your code over there.
Where?
So go back to your deploy pipeline YAML file.
Yes.
Yeah, online. Wherever you have the personal access token, or line 207, your output is spelled wrong.
So, yes. You said I have which one spell?
Line 207 in the your outputs in that value is spelled wrong. So deploy AWS infrastructure dot outputs. So line 207, the value, keep reading it.
Yeah. Output out.
Oh, you're missing a T after the U.
Out. Oh.
Yeah, sometimes when you stare at it, you won't see it.
This dot
So just to show you guys, let me share for a second, and I'll show you guys how. Okay. So this is how I'll compare the file. Maybe what I would do is, and you guys let me know if this will help. I can give you guys a copy of the, thank you, Dylan. I look forward to working with you. Just let me know. I'll send you a Slack message shortly, and you feel free to message me on Slack. And if you need any, if you have any questions or you need anything, just message me on Slack. Okay. Like I was saying, I would, and you guys let me know if this will work. Maybe for any code. The reason why I haven't included the final code in every lecture is I don't just want you guys to take my code and just plug it into your thing and running it. Because I know some people would do that. That's why I haven't included my code in there. But you guys let me know if you guys let me know if that is something you are interested in, and I can start including the final code in there. So that way, if you run into any issue, you can test it, you can compare it to mine and see where you run into the issue. So when Mr. Larry just sent me his file, this is his file. I just created a directory here, put his file there. Then I copied the same part of the code from mine and I put it in another file here. In Visual Studio Code, you can compare two files. And how you can compare them is you select any of the files you want to compare. So I'm selecting my file first, then I'll right click on it and I'm going to click compare. Now I'm going to click select for compare. Then I'm going to click Mr. Larry's file and I'm going to click compare with selected. So here you can see. So pretty much the only difference is anywhere you don't see anything, it means they are the same. If you see green and red, it means that there's some change there. It just means that on his file here there's a gap there. So wherever you see any red highlighted, like there you will see red, it's saying me on this line there's a change. But wherever the particular change is, it will show it in dark red. So it just means that there's a gap here. So if I move this like that, right, you can see that went away. So that is how you compare it. Wherever you see the red, it means there's a change there from mine. But when I'm looking at this, the red I'm seeing here is just you have spotted some gap here from mine. That is not really a big deal. So those I'm not really worried about. So I'm just looking at this. Here you can see on your EC2 image, obviously the image has changed. The image ID may have changed. So that's why you're seeing that this is different. That is fine. But then here, when I was looking here, I can see that there's a red on this line. And you can see over here, it is highlighting the T. That in mine, there is a T. And in yours, there isn't a T. That was how I found it. But if you guys have to have a strategy for, debugging your code. Maybe another thing we can talk about is maybe next week, I'll talk about some of the tools we can use for debugging, right? You have to have a strategy for debugging your code, meaning that don't try to eyeball it. Because even me, if I was looking at this, I wouldn't even be able to find it. I'm not sure if that will fix the issue, but I know at least this is one issue in your code. So if I was eyeballing it, I won't be able to fix it. But one of the strategy I know is I can compare your file with my file. Then I'll let Visual Studio Code tell me what is the difference in those two files.
Because I've already looked at it several times, more than 30 times.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. When you stare at it too long, you won't find it. So, which is why we have to use all the tools at our disposal to be able to debug any issues we are having. Yeah. Okay, you can share your screen, save your work, push it, and you can run your pipeline again. See if it is working.
Share the screen again.
Hello, Andrew. You were saying, can you rephrase that? You're trying to use it to compare with the Claude AI project. Yes, Claude can compare any data for you. So if you are trying to compare, I know you said because you want to see how many and what makes purchase in Nigeria. So if you have the data that you are trying to compare, Claude can compare it for you very well. So do you know where you'll be, the data you are trying to compare, do you know where you'll be getting that from? Because if you have the data, Claude can compare it.
Repository already exists. Let me.
Okay, so we haven't got to the point where we've worked that logic into our code. So I'll say go and delete that repository. But because later on I showed you how to ignore that stuff. So, but at this point, if you run into any issue while you're working on the project, you just have to delete that repository and recreate it. Okay, it has only those two jobs runs parallel to each other, right? Check that start self-hosted runner job first.
Self.
That one, yeah. That one is completed. So isn't that the one you were having issue with?
This one, creating an EC2 instance.
No, I understand, but that one,
Yeah, the
I'm talking
last
about
one,
your last issue
one, yeah,
was on that one.
So this
it is
last one
working.
is successful now. So, but it skipped the creating. Let me run the.
No, I'll just delete everything and redo it.
Okay.
So I was just saying that you will get past the issue you were having last time, but this ECR one is because you had your ECR repository. Oh, no. So you have to go and destroy everything from your pipeline, then run it again. That's how I would do it. Oh, I think at this point we are not, okay. We are not, you haven't got to the part where it's been a while since I worked on this project. I think you haven't got to the part where we stop the self-hosted runner. So destroy here and also go to your EC2 console and delete and terminate that EC2 instance as well.
EC2 instance.
Yeah. So first push this. So so you understand what's going on, right? When we GitHub Actions is when GitHub Actions is a machine that is running our code for us, whatever we want to do, right? It is doing it for us. That is what we call the runners. The runners are the things that GitHub has that is doing whatever we want to do for us, right? When we specify that we want Ubuntu runner, that means that GitHub is going to provide
Launch
that machine, which is a container that will run that job. But for this particular part where we are trying to build our image, we are not using the one GitHub is providing. We are creating our own runner, which is an EC2 instance in our AWS account. That is why for that job, when you did that job, you saw that you created an EC2 in your AWS account, because we want to use this EC2 to run some specific jobs, which is relating to building our Docker image and pushing that image to ECR and stuff like that. So that is why we created our own runner. You understand?
Yeah. So do you want me to delete this now?
Yeah, terminate it. Because later on in the project, we will write a code that would terminate the runner once it has finished doing what we want it to do. But at this point, you haven't got that to that part yet, and you are having some issues, so you would have to terminate it. All right, so go back to your pipeline. Then click on the home to go back to your summary. Not there, but you can click on here. It's fine. Yeah, you have to go back to your repository and go to actions and select that. All right, we'll just wait for that to be done. Then you'll change your pipeline to apply again, and you apply everything, and everything should work after that.
Aziz,
Yes, sir.
please, what could be the cause of page ant not coming up? Like it says it's running, but look at this. Page ant is already running, but I can't find it.
Okay, so PageAnt doesn't have like it is an app that runs in the back. I don't know, maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm not. But to keep it simple, it is an app that just runs on your computer, but it doesn't have like a thing like Putty that comes up on your screen that you'll see. So once you click it and you start it, just like Docker, it is running in the background. And you'll be able to see it over there where your clock is. So you can close this. So where your clock is in the lower right-hand corner, click on that arrow up.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the arrow up to bring up the menu there. And you'll see PageAnt is running there. So those are all the apps that are running in the background on your computer, and that is PageAnt right there. If you double click on it, you should be able to open it from there.
But I tried to delete it several times and
No.
install it. So okay. Cool.
Yeah. So it is just showing there. I made that mistake when I was learning. So
Thanks.
yeah, so just understand PageAnt will not show up like Putty, but anytime you start it, it will just be in there. You have to click on that arrow and double click it there to find it.
Thanks so much.
Can you go in that job and review? Click on that build AWS infrastructure job. Yeah, that will take a while. But I think it should work now. And if it doesn't work, just let me.
Yeah, maybe
but,
somebody else to share. So
yeah, so once this job is done destroying,
okay.
Change in your pipeline, change your command back to apply, then push it and run it, and everything should work. We already fixed the issue you were having, so this should work too.
Okay.
All right.
One other question, please. This GitHub in action, is it the same as Jenkins pipeline?
Yeah and no, meaning that yeah, that they are both CI/CD tools. No, because it is not the same as Jenkins, but obviously the same concept you are using here to build this project, you can use the same concept in Jenkins. But I'm only saying no because Jenkins is not as dynamic as GitHub Actions, where you see how in this GitHub Actions, we are not hosting any of the servers. We are just writing our script and we are telling GitHub, we want to use your servers to run these jobs. With Jenkins, you have to have the server yourself. So Jenkins, you have to create a server, you have to launch an EC2 instance, install Jenkins on it, and you have to manage that EC2 instance to do your CI/CD job. With GitHub Actions, we don't have to worry about managing the server. We just write our script. We are using an actions. That's when you see runs on our code, you see runs on, we are saying Ubuntu latest. That means we want to use the servers that GitHub will provide for us. They call them self-hosted runner. I mean, not self-hosted, but like GitHub hosted runner. So,
Okay.
so that's the only difference between it and, but they are both CI/CD too.
Let me stop sharing so that somebody else can share.
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah, Sean, you still need help?
Aziz, I'm gonna try this on my own because I'm
You
value.
sure?
Yeah,
Or
I value what you said.
do you want some guidance? Like, do you just want like my 2 cents, or you just feel you tackle it, then you get back to me if you need help?
Yeah, so I guess what I'll do, I'm gonna try to work it out, and then can't figure it out by this week, I'll
Okay,
talk to you about it. But I got a question on
sure.
just out of curiosity. So you know with Flywheel,
Yeah,
I guess
Flyway.
that you were using like 9, I think they upgraded to like 10,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual file that you use was like Flywheel configuration or config, and
Mm-hmm.
they're Flywheel Tamil, if that's how they pronounce it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I look at when I looked at the documentation, is a difference between how you does that impact anything?
It's the same. The how you use Flyway is the same, but I've since improved the process. Which project are you on?
I'm on that the ECR,
Okay. All
not
right.
the
Yeah,
Terraform.
yeah, the ECR one. So what I did is I'm updating that project now and in the updated version we'll have the current way I am telling you guys to use Flyway. But I want you to watch. Let me bring it up here. Where's my zone? Okay. So in your library, I just updated this host a dynamic web app. So in this course, if you go to this section, yeah. So I have a whole section on creating RDS and migrating data, right? So watch this section.
Yeah, I think I know. Like, so you put it on the actual instance, and then okay.
Exactly. So let's not even do that whole, because if at work, they will be doing something that's more relating to their network, as you won't be migrating data from your local computer, like running Flyway from your local computer. It will be more in like either a CI/CD thing or something they are doing within their network. So I've since moved away from running it, and I think it's just a pain to try to run it from local, because you have to set up your SSH tunnel and things like that. So here, yeah, you already got the idea. Just put your EC2 instance in your private subnet. Make sure your security groups are set up properly. And in here, I show you how to, if you go to like the security group section here, I show you how to set up the security group, creating security group,
Yeah,
wherever
I
you
was
got it.
thinking that, but I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you.
so yeah, but that's how you do it. But it's very straightforward. Do it from the EC2 instance. It's much easier that way.
Thank you. Awesome.
Okay, no problem.
Aziz, are you updating on Udemy as well?
Do I have course on Udemy? I don't have course on Udemy.
I bought 1 or 2 of yours on Udemy. I've not been there for a long time. But...
Okay, let me know which one you bought on Udemy. I'll give you access to it over here.
Okay.
Let me tell you guys, and maybe that's a good point. That's a good point that I want to make. And the point I want to make is you guys, you just have to, I'm telling you guys, like, what has really got me so far is just believing in myself and always betting on myself. Just believe that whatever you are trying to do, I'm telling you, you can do it. So Titus, I used to put my course on Udemy, right? And what I didn't like about Udemy is I'll put a course there. First of all, if I want to sell my course for $100, they can discount it to like $12. And out of that $12, they will only probably give me $2 out of it. So if if they market, they have this thing like if they market it for you, and because they have a lot of people on their platform and they market it for you, and someone buys their course through their page or whatever, they didn't use your link, they will take most of the profit and they'll just give you $2. And that's how my Udemy course was going those whole year. Like I may
That's
have a
crazy.
course, that like I think out of that, maybe like a couple of people buy my course in a month. The most I've made on Udemy was like 200 in 1 month, $200 in 1 month. Right. And another thing I didn't like is they will let someone watch my videos from beginning to end because you have 30 days to get your money back. And they've watched the whole video, completed everything, and they'll request for their money back, and they'll still grant them to they'll still grant them the approval to get their money back. So that really just pissed me off. And that was really how I just started my own website. And I took all my course of Udemy and I put it on my site. And I'm telling you, I don't even want to say how much I'm making on my site, but it's not even 2, 3, 4, 500% from what I would have been making on Udemy. It's like it's like a ridiculous amount. You know, again, it's funny enough, I was talking to my wife the other day. I was like, man, every time I've always bet on myself, I've never lose. And I was just because me and I was just trying to encourage her. And I'm telling you guys the same thing. Trust yourself and trust your ability that you can get stuff done. You know, I'm telling you. So that's why when you said, I was like, I don't think I have course on Udemy because I just started my site, put the same course on my site, and I just pretty much took all my course off Udemy. But then for those that bought it, you still have it in your account because I can't really take it off 100%. But let me know whatever course you bought over there. I'm going to give you access over here.
Sure, I'll send you the link.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Aziz. It's working perfectly now.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. But if you guys have anything you are trying to sell, like digital content, I wouldn't recommend putting it on Udemy. I would recommend just starting your own site, putting it on it. The only issue now I'm having is obviously I don't have my course on Udemy. Now I have to market my course. So I like showing you guys everything I'm doing so you guys don't think that I like to lead by example. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't know it all, but whatever I've done that works for me, I like to share with you guys, which is why when I'm telling you guys that when it comes to investing in yourself and investing in your knowledge, I don't think you should take a shortcut and you shouldn't also prioritize money. I understand that everyone has budget limitations. That is fine. But if it is something you really want and there will always be problem and you always try to be solving the problem, that is how you just have to be problem solving oriented. That's the type of mindset you have to have. So I'll be honest with you guys, the issue I'm facing with my business now is marketing. The only way I've been getting the word out about my business is through you guys, if you guys recommend it, through YouTube. That's how I go live. So I try to show others kind of like how I mentor you guys. So if I don't post on Udemy, I really don't make sales because I know my project is really, really good. I have a good product, but what I'm finding out in business is that your product is only 10% of it. Marketing and sales is like 90%. You can have a crappy product, but if you know how to market it, you'll sell. So I said, okay, how do I solve this problem? I need to learn sales and marketing, right? So I bought this guy's course. This is the course I bought, right? And I can show you guys how much this course costs. This is just for him to teach me how to run ads, how to market my course. Yeah. It's since changed it, but I guess you gotta click again. Yeah. Where is the price? Right here. I paid, then it's when the time I'm done paying for it's like 1,800. So I'm saying that to say that anything that I'm telling you guys to do when it comes to like learning something, I'm also building my skills. If it isn't something I'm trying to learn in AWS and I found somebody that knows it, I will pay the money. I'm not even gonna think twice. I will pay the money. So this is the course I just bought, and I'm just pretty much using his information to try to learn about marketing and stuff like that. So I'm only just saying that to like when you guys are, because one of the issues, well, it's not really an issue, but in running business, some of the things that I'm finding now is it doesn't matter what price I put it at, people will still always try to bargain it down, but which is something I'm learning to have my price and stick with it. But my thing is also when you guys are trying to learn, if you know something is going to help you, don't always put the money over the knowledge. I understand that you have to be skeptical about what is scam and what is not scam, and you just have to be able to decide. But once you have decided that something is going to benefit you, whether you are learning, you are hearing it from students' review, I think it is something you should spend money on because it will be worth it. So I'm saying all that to say whatever anything I'm telling you guys to do, I would be an hypocrite if I wasn't doing the same thing. I'm telling you, if I have something I'm trying to learn, whether it's AWS or whatever, for me, it just happened to be marketing in this case. And whatever amount someone is charging for it, I'll pay it if I have it. You know, yeah, that's another thing. This is what I'm learning now. Shortly, you guys will be seeing a bunch of change on my website because I'm kind of like just taking, he's very successful. He's helped a lot of people with business. So I've just been taking his course. So you guys will be seeing a lot of change on my website around my content. And also, one thing I wanted to ask you guys is, please, if you guys, and I'm asking for an absolute honest review. So if you guys want to give me a review, please, I would really appreciate it because it's something that I want to include on my site. So I think I have a Facebook page. Well, no, I think I have a Facebook page that I just opened. I can send you guys the link. You can leave your review there. You can send it to me on Slack, however you want to do it. And also, if you want to just keep your name, if you want to keep your name, you don't want to show your full name or whatever. In Slack, you know how you guys can change your display name. So you can change your display name to whatever name you want to use and just send it to me there and I'll just use it that way. So someone just sent me, like, let me show you an example of what someone sent me. But I'm asking that is your absolute honest review. I'm not asking you guys to lie on anything. Just really give me like your own, since you guys have taken my program, right? What you've learned and what you think, and if it's something you recommend to others as well. So I think that would really help me. So here, so this was a review someone sent to me here. So I'll appreciate it if you guys can write a review for me. Thank you in advance.
So I think you want us to like send it to your Slack, right? So go to the website.
See, that's the thing. My website, I wish my website had a way where people can put review. It doesn't have one. So how
Okay.
you guys can either send it to me on Slack, then I'll just post it on my website, or even if I have a Facebook page, if you post it there, it will be public and I can still take a screenshot of it and post on my site. So is it whichever one is convenient for you?
Okay.
Right.
Are you are you running ads through Google?
No, right now I'm starting with Facebook ads.
Okay, because I
Facebook and
was saying, because I
Instagram.
know Google have a we can do a review on your on websites as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I haven't looked into the Google one. This guy that I bought his marketing course. He is running ads on Facebook. So
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
So
And
is
this
it your business page on Facebook or what is it like?
Yeah, I have a business page on Facebook. Let me try to find it. I literally just opened it after I was learning from this guy. So some of the things he was recommending to do, I've just been doing it along the way.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
used to
see.
run ads on Facebook. I was just wondering.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you used to run ads on Facebook. Okay, oh, perfect.
yeah.
So, let me see if I can find my page. Yeah, this is my page. If I can link this here. I don't know why my computer is so slow today. Or just maximization. So this is my Facebook page. It's AOS Notes. Right now you can see I just opened a 0 follower,
Yeah,
0
because you can run
everything.
it. You can have people write reviews in there. That's why I was asking you. Do you have a business
As
page as well?
Yeah, I do. So if you guys want to write it here, it will be good because it will be public, right? So I don't have any reviews here. So it will be good and it will be public. Then I can also take a screenshot of it here. But I'm asking you guys for your absolute honest feedback and just what the program has been like for you. So
Yeah, if you could send us the link, that'd be fine.
okay. So I can just copy this link and send you guys this link, right?
Mm-hmm.
This will take you to the page. Okay.
Yes.
I'll send
Because
it
when
on.
you run ads, you can have them go right to this business page to look at the reviews. That's why I was
Okay.
wondering if you had one.
Okay. I'll send it to you guys on Slack.
Yeah.
I'll send it.
Can you put the link on the Slack, please?
Yes, sir. I'm putting it now.
Thanks.
I'm just going to post the link now, but later on, I'll send another message with the proper title, asking you guys to leave me a review. For now, for those of you that are here, I'm just going to post it before I forget. So send it here.
Okay.
Okay, it's there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So today's session was actually good. I had fun. All right. We pretty much passed time. Does anyone need any last minute thing before we go?
Just let me show you one quick
Sure.
issue I'm having.
All right, sure. I'm gonna start sharing.
So and I've done the same thing on other projects, but for this one, oh my goodness, hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, so for this project is running the creating the ECS service, and when it gets to this listener part, this is what I'm getting.
Okay, pick the 81.
You see this message at the bottom?
Oh, no target group. Oh, so do you have, oh, it's based on, you see over there, up there, for your load balancer, right? Load balancer, right there. You are using an existing load balancer, right? So then you pick the load balancer right there, right? That's your Docker ALB, right? So no, we don't need to, but all that should be done on your load balancer. So create a new listener, right? So your load balancer should be, scroll down, let me see something. So pick an existing target group, right? Then select your target group. There you go. So it populate that for you. You understand? Because your load balancer needs to be listening somewhere, right? But since you already have a target group, remember, you know
it's
how
been redirected.
Yeah, exactly. And you already set that up. So that's why I fixed that for you. So you know how, go ahead.
But for other projects, I use this 80, and it works perfectly fine. And this this error message doesn't show up.
Listener.
But
wait, go click that again. Let me see. I didn't read it. Let me read it. No target group for this listener. I have the required
IP address.
So what that means is, like, go and check your target group, your listener target group, load your target group, and make sure that you are pointing to IP instead of.
It's pointed to IP.
Okay, I mean, it's fine.
It's just for this project, just for this one. Other ones are working fine.
No, I'm sure it will work. If it's not giving you errors to create it, it will work.
Mhm.
It's probably no, click on your target groups. All right, okay. Your target is IP.
Yes,
All
on
right.
IP.
All right, okay. Then oh, you know what it is? Maybe it's
What?
probably because on your load balancer, you've already done your redirect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why.
I canceled it again and just went with port 80, and it was still giving me the same.
Okay, did you try to create it and see if it works?
Mm-hmm. And it didn't. Yeah. So when I did it that way, and then I created the service, the health check was it was unhealthy.
Did you check why it was the health check was unhealthy?
Man, this thing I've been having.
It may not be relating to your ports thing. Okay, on your listener, on your load balancer listener, don't do your redirect yet. Change it back to just the regular default one. Your load balancer. Yeah, don't do the redirect yet.
So I'll just have to delete this one first.
Delete that one, yeah. Or in my video, did I do the redirect on the load? But I think I did it later.
Yeah, you did. But I tried not doing the redirect first.
Over the target group. Yep. And select your target group.
So I've been having this issue, and then I left it and tried to do the Kubernetes and the Terraform, but they all come down to this very one, right?
Exactly. So go to where were we now?
I just left the load balancer.
All right, so I click I think in my project I can't remember. Did I started using their feature because as I was asking the I think I was using whatever load balancer I already created, but the target group I was using ECS to create it.
You created no, you created the target group as well.
I created a target group as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, then over here, click your service. Try to create your service again.
NBC, it's what can you buy organizer? Switch to Lifeline and get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need.
So maybe you have to go up there. Let me see if you're missing anything. All right, scroll down. You just need to.
Nice.
Okay, there you go.
It just gets slow sometimes. I'm just gonna give it one task for now.
Okay.
Want to get the most out of one sheet? Grab that. Bounty is making you stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up,
because I'm sharing, that's why this thing is slow.
Constellation Homes here, your cooling and heating needs. If you need to replace your main cooling and heating system, we can help. Save up to $3,000, get 0% financing and a 10-year person labor warranty available. Visit constellationhomes.com. So this is pickleball.
All right, load balancer, and Choose an existing load balancer. All right, select your load balancer.
So for this one, it will go through, but when I create a service, it will take me back to.
No, for the listener, you just leave it. You don't, it's already on that port 80. You just leave it on that one. Yeah, because that's what that one is. Then choose an existing target group. Then select your target group there. Okay, and that's it.
Okay, I'll leave it at this. But if I think I'll run into another issue. But if I run into that issue, I'll send you the error message.
You want to create it now? So are you in a rush? If you're in a
No,
rush, it's fine.
no, because when I was troubleshooting, I had to do a whole lot of things, and then I was getting several error messages that I'll fix. But I just wanted to see why I was getting that one at first.
Yeah.
For this project. But if I do for other projects, I mean, nothing. I don't get no issue.
Okay, so at this point, this one is looking like you can create it and it's not giving you that issue anymore, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the issues you are having with your service not creating is not relating to this. It's probably relating to your Docker files, something in there. So we would have to check, look on the deployment thing. When you look on your deployment thing, right? You know how you create your ACS service, you go on the deployment tab, you will see all the deployments, and if any task is failing, click on that task, look at the logs, and it will tell you. Yeah, so that is where we will know exactly what is failing. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Already exist. Use an existing listener. Use that. Click use an existing. Yeah. All
So
right.
that's it right there.
All right. Then go down and try to create it again. I'll check again because I'm updating the course now. Maybe they just recently changed something there.
I think something is wrong because other projects have been.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So it looks like it's failing right away. Oh no, it's not. It's running. It's still pending. So we'll give it some time. Yeah, just wait for the first for that task to either change. It will either change to running or change to something. It will change to 2. So then we will know whether one is failing or one is not.
Yeah, this is the one I was having issues with too. Like it was failing all the time.
Okay.
So for mine, another issue mine was having was it couldn't pull the ENV file. That one I think I can fix it, but the one for the load balance, I tried all I could. That's what I had to reach out to you.
Yeah, we'll solve it. I mean, we will be able to tell from your event. So let's wait for your event. Yeah, you can click on that task and see. If it doesn't have any, if it is not failing, it won't give you any error. So yep. So yeah. So you can see the issue is not with your load balancer. The issue is that you can't download your ENV file.
If I fix this now,
403 forbidden. So go to your Docker, go to your tax definition. Let's look at your policy. Bro, your tax execution rule. Leave it, don't scroll down. Stay where you are, but move your mouse down on the second colon. There's not that one, the second.
So I added for the secret manager as well, but
Right. So you had.
oh,
Let me check.
I think I'm saying something wrong. Yeah, I think I'm saying something wrong here.
Yeah, make sure whatever resource. If you want to edit it, just do all for now. Like you want to do all. So make sure whatever resource is. So go to the bucket, go to the copy that one, your ARN on that resource,
I see it.
and compare it to the ARN of the S3 bucket that your file is in.
I see it.
So you're seeing the error?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ARN for the S3 bucket and this other one is wrong.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the issue then. So you're obviously you know that. Let me know. I'm not going to. So obviously, when you look at anytime you guys are getting forward 3, you can access the S3 bucket. ECS can access the S3 bucket. It is always your policy. Your tax execution rule. So you want to review the policy on it. So check this, click on that.
So yeah, that's it right there. That's the problem.
Okay.
I think that's the problem. That's the ARN and
Okay. Yeah. So just edit your policy, copy this ARN and go and copy this ARN and go and edit your policy.
Given the significance of the game, where we are in the league, where it's in the play, the mesmerizing on the city. Oh yeah. Get through the bit. Probably take your time. But it's a picture of the book.
let me just
Probably just go to your ECS, and I think it's an inline rule that you create, inline policy. So go to your ECS service and try to access it from there.
It's like romantic.
I believe there was an option to edit it right inside the policy he was at. It said edit JSON file. We just put the name there.
What's that? What's it doing? Yeah. You look at policy. The extent of the version of themselves as you ask them. They're still to be quiet for saying security.
Probably because I'm sharing, that's why this thing is running so slow.
It's fine. It's fine. There's no rush. Okay, Titus. I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for your help today.
They can work on the pitch outside by children. They've got so many players that make the difference by any given day they can share it around. Who's going to stand out?
Are you in edit mode?
The corridor for rotators away from it, probably it's rotating into the
There you go. Paste it. Okay, yeah, Sean. I'll see you next week too. I'll talk to you throughout the week or next week. And if you still need help with that project, just let me know. Have a good weekend.
So, does it?
So I have a bunch of stuff open here.
Oh, you didn't copy?
I think it'll be the first time, but let me just do it right away.
Realistically, have that aspect of it already wrapped up. I was thinking of it was earlier today to plus 60. Right now, in the moment, that's still 3 goals here. Let's say a plus 53. Then it's fairly brief for now on it to make up. This thing could. Say that the second half, that's the goal. It's not important rather than thinking too much about Arsenal's goal difference.
Yeah, you just need to change that one to just just copy but remove the env file after it. Yeah, delete everything. No, I'll just delete everything. Paste what you paste up there in there. No. Yeah, just your value. Delete your value and paste what you paste there, but then remove the rent zone at the end, the rent zone app e.env at the end. Delete
So just
everything.
take off it.
No, delete everything. Delete up to the ARN. Right. And paste the one you just remove that too. Oh, you only have that. So I thought you copied the ARN. So copy what you have on line 8.
Yeah, I think copy the ARN.
Okay, copy what you have on line 8. From the ARN to the variables without the yeah. Did you copy the ARN? Sorry, I was distracted. Did you copy the ARN or you just typed it?
I typed the ARN from this one and then I just copied the resource name.
You typed the ARN on 8?
I copied it from
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure you copied it, not typed it. Yeah, okay. All right, so for 14, remove the rent remove the rent zone app and the / because that one is your bucket name. It just needs to go to your bucket name. Your bucket name is that. Yeah. All right, save it. Okay. I mean, your tag should still be running because it's like a blue-green deployment. If it fails, it will try to spin up another tag. So the next one should pick it up. So let's just check your ECS. So also check your tax definition here before you stay on this page and scroll down. Make sure that is also the right bucket name. It looks right. Line 21, line 21. Yeah. It is?
Yeah. Let
Okay.
me see.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would go and copy the ARN, then do Control F on this page and Control V. And if it picks it up, then you know it's the right one. But it looks right. But for me visually, it might look right, but it's not. There might be a typo in there. So I always just verify 100% that it is right.
So you say.
So copy the ARN of your S3 bucket again. Then go back on that page. Do press Control F, Control V. There you go. So we're verified. All right, so go back to your ECS service and your new tag should pick it up, and now you should be working. All right. So click on that. Okay. Refresh that little, do that refresh. If not, we can update your service. We can force a new deployment. So refresh there. All right. I think after a while, if the thing fails like a couple of times, AWS just stops it. So do force update. So click update service there. and click force new deployment and scroll down. Yeah, we don't need to change anything, then just click update.
I think this one looks good.
Okay. So still do is blue-green deployment with clearing your old one and bringing up a new one. So we'll just give it a little bit of time. Yeah, I think that one failed. I think AWS started doing something where if it keeps failing after a couple of times, they will stop it. They won't keep deploying new tags for you.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know before they used to just deploy you can have it running all night. Then they'll keep trying to deploy new tags for you. But I've noticed the recent change that they will fail the whole service after a couple of tries.
And while they're doing that, they spin up an EC2 instance for you.
It is using container. So it's spinning up some type of container on their end.
I thought I read somewhere where it says that it spins up an EC2 instance for you.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be
It
in your
manages.
account. Yeah, it manages an EC2 instance. Exactly. It's probably an EC2 instance they are using to run it, right? But it will be on their end, not you won't have access to it. So maybe that's why they started doing that way. Okay, so this one is running now. So go up to your thing and refresh. Go on the health and metrics tab. Yeah.
This is looking good.
It's running. It's running healthy. Your target is healthy. Okay. So
yeah, it's looking good now.
Yeah, it's running.
All right.
Okay. So now, everything is running. So you will still have to now go and do your redirect and all that stuff. So
yeah. This was just this. I was having that issue. Same thing with Terraform as well. When I do the Terraform apply and access the website, but I can't access the website, so I go on the EC2 service and see what's going on, and it gives me the same error message. So I guess
you have to
what was wrong.
Yeah, you have to troubleshoot your Terraform the same way. First, when you deploy Terraform and it is failing, go and check your deployment history in the event. Look at the log, see what it is telling you is failing, then you know what to troubleshoot.
Okay, so while we're here, let's do that that redirect real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just do real quick. Did I delete those? Okay.
Yeah. Bueno. I told y'all that you're having a second appeal. One little tap is the board has accepted a high performance and now rotate into charging through the building. Body on. Hooked up to we want to get fingers on that. Yeah, that's fine. And if you put to say it's lovely, it's up it's functional. Really focused on everything. Very good touch. It's right today. This is slightly underneath it, the power, which makes it a little bit easier for the older people. So the chat part that start out as good shot would say,
Your redirect is not going to affect your ACS service.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, let me stop this and build another service.
Why would you want to build another service?
To see if I get that Since you said the redirect won't affect this service right here, right?
Your service is working though. Then go and
Access the
go and to your domain name and paste it.
access the
Yeah, that doing the redirect before you create your service may be causing the issue. So I wouldn't focus so much on trying to create the service while having the redirect. The main thing is once you've configured your service and you are redirecting your traffic, are you able to access your site?
safely.
Yeah. So because there may be an issue, definitely seems like there's an issue with setting up the redirect first. Not an issue, but it is just saying that it's not able to find it. But I've always just configured it by first making sure I can access my site before I set up my redirect.
Take it. No problem. 1 second. I'm just used to balance of DNS. I need to figure out what this
Wait,
is.
what did you, sorry, I got distracted. What did you put? You are putting your load balancer. No, it would be your, did you create your A record?
I deleted the error, but let me create it.
Because you are redirecting, you can't access your application from the load balancer's DNS name, because when we build our Docker file, we've already put all the necessary information to redirect and connect our application in the env file. And in the env file, what we put is the domain name.
The error code.
Exactly. So you can't access it from the load balancer anymore. And even especially after you've redirect, it won't work. So what you need to be testing is your A record.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, thank you. I'll use this to work my way through the other ones.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
And thank you for your what I call it lecture this morning.
You're welcome. I know. It's somewhat of a lecture. Yeah. But yeah, thank you.
Please just motivate us with those things. It
Okay.
really goes a long way, please.
Okay. All right, cool. Now that I know you guys like those, I just didn't want to be coming here and talking about other things instead of tech stuff. Okay.
No, thank you. And the good thing you did was in the middle of it, you said it's not a financial advice or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys what I'm doing. But thank you. I appreciate
Thank you
your
so
feedback.
much.
No problem.
And I'll leave you the honest review. I'll send it to Slack and find a way and do it on your Facebook too.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, everyone.
Okay, AZ, y'all have a good day.
You too. Oh, yeah. Did you have a question or you just wanted to say bye?
No, I was just watching. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. I'll speak
All
to you
right,
soon.
Assis.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Aziz. Thank
No
you.
problem, sir.